My name's Wright. I'm with Gracie Humaita, St. Louis. We're located in St. Peters, Missouri. Our big goal is obviously Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. We're trying to really show people that Jiu-Jitsu is for everyone. We are very heavily into the sport Jiu-Jitsu. I run the Missouri State Championships. We have people compete all over the world, Abu Dhabi, the World Championships in LA. But our biggest thing is like we train kids from 5 years old till 95 years old. So it's important that like every person realize there is an aspect of jiu-jitsu that is important for you. Some may take that avenue into sport, some may take it into self-defense. I train Missouri State Highway Patrol and some other municipalities, teaching those people that protect us jiu-jitsu and use those techniques to not hurt someone but protect themselves. The other aspect is MMA. You know, a lot of guys, one of the aspects that every single MMA guy has to have is jiu-jitsu. It's just one of the many facets of it. So we try to segment it into, is the person going to learn self-defense, sport jiu-jitsu, or use that jiu-jitsu for MMA? And we just try to help them reach their goals. I started, like so many people, I watched the first UFC in 1993 with Royce Gracie and was just amazed at what this skinny Brazilian guy could do to people. At that time, really, there wasn't a lot of jiu-jitsu in the Midwest. I found a Sambo instructor, which is a Russian style of wrestling. I competed in national championships, did all kinds of different traveling with the Sambo, and then met Royce Gracie in 1999. With him and his best friend, David Adiv. Those are my two masters or professors. Those guys really gave me an insight that jiu-jitsu wasn't just technique, it was a very spiritual thing that our job really is to teach good people good jiu-jitsu. And you know, with that is like not every single person that walks into your door is a good person. It's our job to really put those people on the right path. Maybe they need weight loss. Maybe they need just a getaway from their personal problems. You know, every person on this planet has a problem. Jiu-jitsu is that getaway. You step on the mat, you don't worry about your bills being paid, you don't worry about anything. Come, enjoy, and have fun. Royler really set me on that path. Unfortunately, Royler lived in Brazil. So when he went to New York and spent months at a time with David, I'd go to New York. Whenever he went to LA, I'd go to LA. And eventually I got to Brazil and got to stay with him in Brazil and train there. And then, you know, a decade later, I was able to get my black belt from Royler and David. And, you know, I've ran a school here, I guess in St. Louis since 2002 for him. So I'm just very, very blessed to, you know, I think there's a lot of people in the world that say that they want to do things, and I was one of the few people that actually did everything I said, and Royler took me underneath his wing and really helped me out. You know, I'm really blessed to have him as my instructor.
My name is Tyler Bishop. I'm a Gracie Humaita purple belt from JW Wright's Academy under Royler Gracie here in St. Louis. I run BishopBJJ.com, my wife and I. It's a jiu-jitsu specific website for competitors. We post studies on all the major tournaments, and we post videos about jiu-jitsu. Mainly we say the science of jiu-jitsu, so it's what is the elements that make up the scientific part of jiu-jitsu. So that's what I do.
I'm Nick Schrock. I'm with Grappling Concepts. It's Gracie Humaita, St. Louis, other known. A lot of people call me Moose. It's just kind of a nickname I picked up a couple years ago. We were out there for 10 whole days, so I mean only 2 of them you're competing. So before that, we kind of only saw the hotel and the mosque, which was next door. But after that, I got to go to Dubai, explore Abu Dhabi a lot. I mean, went out with a lot of guys that won the Montreal trials because we kind of all stuck together. And then got to go to Dubai Water Park, got to see Abu Dhabi Mall, Dubai Mall. It was just really cool. I'm glad that they give us that extra time to adjust and really explore the city. I took second. Wasn't very happy about that. I took second in my division, but then I won the open weight. So the biggest difference between our school and I think other schools I've visited throughout the country is this is like here, when I grew up with a football background, so I was like the small guy, like 205. That's like really small for high school and especially for college. So I was always growing up like trying to compete with linemen and stuff in lifting. I come in here, and everybody thinks I'm huge because probably our average weight might be 160. It's little guys, but that translates into a lot of technique. So I really learned with rolling with little guys, and I tried to handicap my strength as much as I could to increase my technique. So it's actually having fun rolling with those guys. So that way when I get to those higher belts, I still have that strength to compete at 205, 207 when I only weigh 201. But I still have that technique that translates from having a lot of smaller training partners.
You know, we're competing at that highest level and really pushing the pace. The guys now that have the benefit of that is like our white belts get to train with world-class purple belts. those purple belts in a year or two are going to be world-class brown belts. And then our whole goal is to have a whole room of black and brown belts so we can push the pace even further.